Hey, what's going on? It is yours truly, Timothy J. Jones. Thank you for stopping by the State of the NFL podcast. I ask that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This is a channel where we talk about some of the hottest topics in all of the NFL. Hey, what's going on, sports fans? My name is TJ Jones, and welcome to another edition of the State of the NFL podcast. It's a podcast where we talk about some of the hottest topics in all of the National Football League. And just like I always say, before we get started, I ask that you hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel to grow, and I would really appreciate it. On this edition, we're going to be talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and some comments that were made by a legendary quarterback. Now, if you haven't heard, on Monday, Drew Brees was on ESPN's First Take. Drew Brees will be a contributor throughout the 2025 NFL season on First Take, and they wasted no time asking Drew Brees questions about the reigning world champion Philadelphia Eagles. And it was a take about the Philadelphia Eagles offense. This is what Drew Brees said. This is just a little snippet of the quote. He says, "I respect Philly. They are winning games. They're finding ways to win games, but I can't stand to watch that offense. It's the most boring offense." So because Drew Brees said this about the Philadelphia Eagles offense, of course, a lot of Philadelphia Eagle fans got upset about it. Of course, you know, anytime you take a shot at the Philadelphia Eagles fans will be up in arms. But, you know, you got to ask yourself this question. Was Drew Brees' comments like legitimate? I mean, you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, and although they are 3-0, they're showing a lot of moxie and grit. The last game that they played was against the Los Angeles Rams. They were down 19-7 at halftime. It seemed like the Rams were dominating that game, but the Eagles end up coming back after Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns in the game and also a block punt by Jordan Davis to pretty much seal the deal. So Philadelphia has shown that, you know, they're a tough football team. I always say that it's not so much about teams blowing out their opponents. Like sometimes that can give you a false sense of reality. I think what makes great teams are these type of tough games where they have to really battle and fight in order for them to come out on top. And the Philadelphia Eagles over the last few weeks did just that. But how much is a concern looking at that offense? Now, I looked at some of the stats, and I'll share them with you. As of right now, the Philadelphia Eagles are averaging, as an offense, 268 yards per game. Also, rushing yards, 122. Average pass yards per game, 159.6. Average points per game, 22.6. Now, it's all about what you consider as boring. Like, if you want a team to throw the ball all over the place, you probably would say that the Philadelphia Eagles are boring. But if you're into running the football and finding ways to win, there's nothing boring about that. Look, I just think that we are in the modern days of NFL where, you know, you're throwing the ball all over the yard. And if your quarterback isn't throwing for 350 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns a week, then that means that your offense isn't good. I look at the Philadelphia Eagles as a team that understands what they have as a unit. You got some talented guys on the outside with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. You got Dallas Goedert playing tight end. And, of course, you have the best running back in football in Saquon Barkley. I was about to say arguably, but after a guy run for 2,000 yards and has the season that Saquon had last season, it's kind of hard to pick against him as the best running back in the league. This is a team that understands that Saquon Barkley is the straw that stirs the drink. He will lead them to victory. And if you get Saquon going, then the offense is going to follow suit. It sets up the play action, explosive plays down the field. And look, you don't have to ask Jalen Hurts to do so much. That's the problem that I think that a lot of people have with Jalen Hurts. He's not putting a team on his back. But the thing about it is he doesn't have to. He has so much talent around him, he doesn't have to put the team on his back. Maybe if the Philadelphia Eagles were limited offensively when it comes to weapons on the outside, not having a really good tight end or a top-notch running back, maybe we would really be looking at Jalen Hurts to be that quarterback. But I don't think he has to be that guy. He can be a facilitator. And we see that if they ask him to lead the football team to victory, he can. So is Drew Brees right? I guess in modern day NFL eyes, he is, but there's nothing wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles offense. If you're winning football games and you're finding ways to win, that's all that matters. And this team is going to be there in the end because they got enough talent on the offensive side and defensive side of the football in order for them to be able to make some noise throughout the entire season. So the offense is going to be all right. I mean, it's growing pains. They have themselves a new offensive coordinator. Kellen Moore is no longer with the team. And you see that offenses kind of get stuck in the mud very early in the season. But as the season progresses, you start to see them, start to build some type of chemistry, and you start to see explosive plays show up more than not. So when it all comes down to it, I think Philadelphia is going to be all right. They are winning football games and in the process learning a new offense. And that's the best case scenario for a team like Philadelphia right now. I think that they'll get better as an offense. I think the playbook will open up in a couple of weeks. I just think that people need to be patient. But there's that old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If Saquon is leading you to victory, the running game is on point, and you don't have to ask Jalen Hurts to do everything, then you are a team that is finding success in other ways. And you also have a quarterback, once again, in Jalen Hurts that can get you where you need to be. I have no problem with this whatsoever. Philadelphia will figure it out. And I think that there'll be a high-powered offense before it's all said and done.